Thank you, and both of you for such a nice introduction. I need to tell that it's great that I'm here today because it's much, much different than generally the conferences I'm attending. What is also great is that my student had such a great presentation that I'm now a little bit scared, you know, will I be at least half as good as he was? But my presentation will go just a little bit further, although as you will see, the majority of you are mountain bikers, you will understand the target customers, which is definitely the most important here. I do some mountain biking, but it's far away what I'm seeing here. Because the first thing what Andrei already introduced to you, yes, brands lives in the hearts and minds of customers. And customers' perceptions are brand realities. What we definitely agree is that there are a lot of potential customers in this segment. What we need to know is to understand them, whether we are one of them, what is definitely great, or not only being one of them, to understand the group who is behind this. So nowadays, those things like brand co-creation, design thinking approach, all the things I think are very important to go very deep into the topic, into the course. Because I use here the example of Apple, but of course it could be also some other famous brands from mountain bike area. The question is, how does this perception occur? Why is Apple nowadays the most valued brand, and what is behind this fruit, behind this appliances, behind this experience? A lot of work, a lot of knowledge, cooperation, also a lot of strategic thinking. And whenever we talk about strong brands, we are definitely talking about brands in the minds of customers. However, if we want to come to that part of our customers, the perspective, we need to change the perspective and understand the brand from this internal point of view. And here are a lot of questions. Whether we are able, first of all, to identify unique experiences. I think that nowadays also among this mountain bike tourism destination, yes, good natural resources, attractions, they are important, but probably we need to go a little bit further. And whether we are able to market them in a way which would add value to our customer. First of all, to add value to our customer, of course the question is, do we believe in it? And do we see enough added value? Because if we do not see enough added value, there could be a problem to do something, to make a pressure, to cooperate and to work. I think that in each branding, good branding, a good vision, do we have a vision? I just copy here some of the sentences from Bill Gates, how he was explaining that when Paul Allen and he started Microsoft over 30 years ago, they had big dreams about software. Just in his naming, we had dreams about the impact it could have. We talked about computer on every desk and in every home. It's been amazing to see how much of that dream became a reality and touched so many lives. I never imagined what an incredible and important company would spring from those original ideas. So dream, a vision, what we've already heard today, it's very important in this brand building. So do we believe in it? But where can we get money? There is no one rule how much money do we need, because it depends on what level we build our brand. But definitely some money is needed, whether from our pockets, whether we can get it from some projects, or try to cooperate with many different stakeholders. And beside this money, I think that also the knowledge behind this, how to do this. On one hand, yes, of course, this is some kind of strategic knowledge, but it's also a tactical one, just how to develop the things. And not only to develop, when I will end this, I will also talk about maintaining the brand in long term. When Steve Jobs answered the question, what is Apple, in the past of course, after all, the first association with the brand was with the employees. It's about people who think outside the box, people who want to use computers to help them change the world, to help them create things that make a difference, and not just to get the job done. So, the main core of the branding starts within the company, within the organization, but of course with the very known target group. On this destination level, when we are talking about this, there are so many of different stakeholders with their own interests, competitive advantage. They can cooperate, combine these things to make a good base for brand development, to make also good base to different and variety of stakeholders. Because our idea was, in order we will involve those people who will after that leave the brand, we have a better chance for a brand to be a successful one. And I think that this is one of the major challenges here in destination branding, to invite stakeholders that they will believe in brand, because they will be after that its ambassadors. But of course, in order they want to believe in brand, probably they also need to see some interest behind the brand, because also the brand needs to add them this added value. As you were explaining before greatly on your example of a tourist farm, and in this case they will want to cooperate and be part of it, because it's hard work, a lot of cooperation, not only to develop, but also to maintain it long term. Because this maintenance of a good brand nowadays, with all the competition, it's also a very, very difficult task. Before I was explaining about the knowledge, what I was thinking is that we understand that the brand should go beyond visual part. Of course, name, logo, some other visual elements are important. But what is behind the real story also plays a very important part, because it can be the base for its further development. We can have some background where we will go in the future, what we will also market to our target audience. The storytelling, I think it's nowadays a very interesting and actual topic. I will show you one video which is not related with mountain bike tourism, but still.
Here Hein? T'entends ça, chérie?
So the short video, it's talking about the story, the first idea, and what's the main point here is that we need to know what kind of messages do we want to sell, that we need to know who are our target groups, and because it's not for the wardrobe, it's for the Channel Plus TV channel, because it's for amusement, entertainment, this message is a good one, but in order, this will be like an informative channel. Of course, this kind of message will be a totally inappropriate one. When we develop I Feel Slovenia brand, we try to balance the idea behind the story and also relate this story with visual parts. In the forefront, we put the Slovenian green, not only as a color, although, as you can see, also this Slovenian green color is now involved in this logo, but also as an experience. In addition, what we did is that we wanted to emphasize, also with the idea behind this green color, our sustainable orientation and our sustainable approach in the future. And as you probably know, nowadays the I Feel Slovenia brand and the main meaning behind our story is implemented in our tourism marketing strategies, and this is the main core of the branding, that you get some directions where to go, what to emphasize, what to develop, and how to market this. Of course, that means something is written down, it needs to come into action. There is no one unique way how to approach toward those branding things, but definitely I think some of those core ideas are important. To understand what's the situation on the market, meaning to understand your target customers well, also your competitors, to know what they offer, which target group do they address, as well to understand the situation inside your company, your organization, your destination, that you are able, with those information, to develop first a story, and relate this story with visual elements, and finally to implement this. I put firstly this internal implementation, like understanding what we would like to emphasize internally, as well as also externally, and today we saw that there are so many different ways of communication with word of mouth, social media, and all others, which are really powerful ones, but also I think that they need to, or if we want to use them, we need to have appropriate knowledge. Before I said to develop a brand, but I think that this to maintain a brand in the long run, to have a sustainable brand which will be also desirable in the future is one of very important issues also in this regard. Just to think about Nokia, they were very good, the competition came, probably they were a little bit too slow. Nowadays they are trying to do, but this maintenance of the brand is also an important one. I just posed some of the questions which I think they need to be discussed among groups, among different destination stakeholders before starting to develop a brand. Because in order we want to become a strong destination brand in the eyes of our potential customers, this strategic approach, this understanding what to do, how to manage this, and how to market this, I think it's really required. So, thank you for your attention.